Welcome back to Decide to Succeed. I am your host, Deidre Chanel, and today's guest is Shannon Anderson. She is a doula, a holistic wellness advocate for doTERRA essential oils, and an educator. She is a beautiful mother of 5, and I am so excited to learn more about being a doula, what the benefits are of having a doula, and more ways and benefits and powers of using essential oils. So please welcome, with no further ado, Shannon Anderson. Awesome! So here we are with Shannon. Shannon and I know each other from being in the women's group, a women's networking group here in Burbank, California. And we met, and it's been so great getting to know you, and I'm excited to learn more about you and what you do as a doula and an essential oils advocate and educator.
Yes.
Right? So let's start with doula.
Yes.
I mean, I have a general idea of what a doula is, but from your experience, how would you explain to someone what a doula is and what they do?
I am an advocate for parents to make sure that they get the birth that they want. I help to empower and educate women, particularly since they're the ones doing most of the work in birthing babies, and I just help empower them to be able to know what their options are. So much in healthcare is forced on you, and a lot of women seem to, especially lately, where healthcare is, I think there's just so many people in so little time that the doctors are pushing people through and not really giving you
that special care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And so I go in there and I help take that time and really educate my clients on what their options are, and if they want to go a more holistic route, right? Because sometimes doctors are, let's get this scheduled in and out, C-section, and really pushing for induction. And it's not always necessary, and so I just allow.
What do you think about induction, like inducing labor? Like, is it really vital at some point?
It's hard because I'm not a doctor,
right.
So I don't want to ever tell my clients, this is medically necessary or not. That's not my job.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, induction is not necessary. It's just the kind of standard that our world is going to, unless there's something medically necessary. Stress on the baby or preeclampsia, or there are some medical reasons why somebody would be induced or have a cesarean, but 9 times out of 10,
it's not completely necessary.
It's not necessary.
Just
your body knows what to do. Just let it do its thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. I don't take medicine, and that's the thing for me. I try to live a more holistic life as possible because I believe that our bodies are powerful. They're like the most powerful machine, and they know what to do.
100%.
They're designed that way, and because we're of the earth, like, you use things of the earth to help heal you when you do have whatever illnesses or whatever. So we have
so many options available, plants and just natural medicine that is at our disposal if we just learn about them, right, and know how to use it and know different tools and techniques. Our bodies are wonderfully made.
And that's why you're here to tell us more.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I was wondering, as a doula, as a mother-to-be, maybe a first time, what should she expect from a doula? Because I know it's a lot of, your body goes through a lot. It's a lot of emotions.
Yes.
As a doula, how do you approach someone as a first-time mother to go through those emotions of what to expect and all of those types of things?
Yeah, 100%, especially first-time moms, because you don't know. You can't, people can tell you their stories all they want, but as you're going through it, until you experience it your first time, you really don't know. I think all first-time moms need a doula, just somebody in their corner telling them that they can do it, and that everything's going to be okay. I answer all kinds of questions. I'm there from the time that we sign our contract until after baby's born, and then by then we formed a friendship and a bond that I always tell my clients, like, you'll never get rid of me. Even after everything's all said and done, I'm always going to be invested in your child and in your family, because we really become a partnership. But I help answer questions, right? There's hormonal issues that are going on. There's mental issues that are going on. There's physical changes. Like your body goes through so many things during pregnancy, the whole gamut. And so I'm there to answer those questions and really put your mind at ease, and just help you through the process, because you're going to get a lot of medical jargon thrown at you that you might not know all the answers to. And medical practitioners aren't always taking the time to answer all of those questions. And so then I'm there, that backup of, hey, what did my doctor mean when he said I may have this blah, 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 right? And throws out some big medical term that seems really scary. And then you go on Google and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm dying, my baby's dying. And you're like, no, you're not really, I promise. So stay off Google. I mean, Google's good for some things, but it takes you down a rabbit hole that you don't need to go through.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I know you are a mother of 5.
Yes.
Awesome. I've always aspired to have 7 children. 7 children, right?
Yeah.
But after I have the first, I think I'll revisit that number. But as a mother of 5, obviously you have experience in childbirth.
Yes.
From that experience and being a doula to someone else, like how does that kind of like, I guess, aid in like being able to help someone,
100%.
being able to go through that childbirth process?
Because I know it. I've lived it. I've lived having a child at 19, right? When I knew nothing and I was a baby myself. So I get my first time being a first time mom, scared, don't know anything what's going on.
Yeah.
I've lived through an emergency cesarean section. I've had epidurals. I've gone natural. The whole gamut. I was even induced for my one of my children because I was so impatient and was like, I just want to get this done.
Yeah.
So I really know all aspects of birth, and I think that just helps. It gives credibility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're a doula and you've never birthed, how can you speak to to birth? There are some out there, and I think I still think somebody that is not a mom and hasn't birthed their own children is absolutely, I think they can learn.
Yeah.
But just being a mom, especially to multiple children,
and going through those
stages,
yeah.
I can give you my own personal experience.
Oh, moving into essential oils, because I know being a doula, I don't know really, but I have a feeling or an idea that sometimes for the body, maybe massage techniques are involved in that. Maybe if the body's aching or whatever. Do you use essential oils to help with that, to help aiding as a doula?
Yes, 100%. If my client's open to it. Not everybody is open to essential oils and aromatherapy. So I always tell my clients it's part of my package. I'm super passionate about combining both worlds.
Yes.
I think they go hand in hand really, really nicely, especially if you're going the more holistic route. So yes, I use the essential oils from everything from in the beginning nauseousness, right? Or aches and pains, and as things stretch, right? You get cramps.
To avoid that?
I mean, not completely. But like, some people are just predisposed to getting more stretch marks no matter what you do.
Right.
You can be the most diligent at putting on all the oils and all the creams and all the everything, and don't scratch.
I'd be a slippery pregnant woman just slipping everywhere with all kinds of oils.
Yes. And then some women are just genetically blessed that they don't do anything and they get zero stretch marks.
Yes.
Yeah, that was not me.
I want to be one of those. So we're using this term holistic. What does that mean to you?
To me, it just is a more natural way to provide your body the support that it needs, whether that be mental, whether that be medicinal. It's, our bodies are recognized plants as food. And it gives you, so many times we're putting chemicals and toxins, and even the food that we eat, right, is so processed and so much junk that our bodies literally take the smallest amount of nutrients possible, and then you're just discarding the rest. Even if you eat, totally organic, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, you're getting all of the great stuff, unless you grow it in your own garden in the most richest soil and no pesticides and everything. Organic and all of that is good, and I think it's a step in the right direction. There's still things in there that we don't need, right?
You don't know that's there.
That you don't know that's there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even the labels, if you're really good about reading labels,
Yeah.
there's just so much that gets slipped in, unfortunately, that has just become normal, and people, our society thinks that that's normal.
Yes.
So for me, holistic is really trying to get away from all of the fillers, all of the junk, all of the pesticides, all of the stuff our body doesn't need, so that our body can do what it was designed to do, and that is just heal itself. I truly believe. I mean, I'm living example of that with my autoimmune issues, and so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, will you share a little bit about that?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, I have no clue.
Yeah, and most people wouldn't, because autoimmune
Right.
is inside, it's internal. Usually you don't see. A lot of people, it's a lot of people with autoimmune issues, they look fine on the outside, but they're literally dying on the inside. And so we walk around in pain, chronic pain, like all of these things.
Is that like a birth thing? Is it something that just forms, or genetics? Or,
There is a little bit of, so mine in particular, they don't know a lot about it. It's ulcerative colitis, so it falls in the gastrointestinal issues. I think mine was, when I was little, I was put on a ton of antibiotics, and I think that just ruined my gut from the beginning.
Yes.
I was born with a lot of health issues, and so I think it just, because that was all my parents knew was antibiotics. Pretty much like the first 5 years of my life, I was on a chronic antibiotic.
Oh my goodness.
And they were just listening to what their doctor said, right?
Yeah.
And this is how you help your child.
Right.
So I believe that it stemmed from that. And then as you get older, right, I didn't eat. I was a teenager, and I drank Coke, and I ate all the chips and the, like everything, junk food, right? Well, it finally caught up to me. I had just had my fourth baby, and I basically was put in the hospital. I was diagnosed with severe ulcerative colitis. It was bad. It was to the point that, I mean, I don't want to get into major details, but it was gross. I was not doing well. I lost a lot of weight. It was bad. And so my doctors put me on some steroids.
Of course. They always put you on something.
Always on something.
There's never
change your diet, never anything. It was immediately put me on steroids.
That hurts my heart. It really does.
And then a host of other medications to try and solve this issue. Well, within the first, I want to say maybe 2 weeks, mind you, I just had a newborn, so I had to stop breastfeeding because I'm on steroids, right, which killed me.
Goodness.
All of these things, and within the first 2 weeks of me being on the steroids and these other medications, I literally became a crazy woman. Like, my husband thought I was going to kill us all. There is that roid rage that everybody talks about. It is a real thing. I gained.
It really messes with your emotions.
Messes everything. I was a total hormonal imbalance, total roller coaster. I gained 75 pounds. I was a mess.
Oh my goodness.
All while just having a newborn too. So you have all those hormones, postpartum, everything. It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And so my husband was like, you can't live like this. And so we went back to the gastroenterologist, and I said, we have to change this. This isn't working for me. I'm scared for my life, my children's life, like my health, everything. And he said, unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do. Your ulcerative colitis is so bad that you're going to have to be on this for at least the next 6 months to a year. And I thought, there's no way, like, I can't. And so we left. He did offer to put me on an antidepressant.
Of course.
That was the next step. And I was like, I'm not depressed. I don't.
My God.
The medication is making me sicker.
Oh my God. It's so. I hate it that. Because that's what they're trained to do. They're trained in medicine. They're trained just to treat with medicine.
Symptoms.
There's no other education other than providing medicine.
Yep. They never once asked me about my diet. They never once asked me about exercise.
Right.
They never once asked me about anything else going on in my life. And so it came home, and I had just been introduced to essential oils. So that was kind of a little blessing, but I didn't know much. It was like I had this box that somebody sold me, and they were sitting on my desk, and I think I had used frankincense once or twice. But my husband he didn't know that he was a blessing and a curse in disguise. It was both, but he's like, well, don't you have something in those essential oils you purchased? Like, he was being sarcastic and probably not, you know, he was mad that I had purchased these frou-frou snake oils, as he called them back in the day. He did. Oh my goodness. I will never forget the day I bought him. He's like, why did you buy snake oils? Those aren't going to help you. I was like,
little did he know.
Little did he know.
And now he's using them, right?
All the time. All the time. But so he got me thinking, well, okay, I had seen really good results with my newborn in the lavender and crying, so there must be something to them. So I went on a research, like, I researched everything, essential oils, researched everything about my health, and I literally changed my diet. I started working out. I started using all the oils. I was like, I don't know, but when in doubt, frank it out. And so
frank it out. I love that. That should be a t-shirt.
Yeah, when in doubt, frank it out. So frankincense is the king of all oils.
Wow.
And so I just literally became the crazy oil lady. And I was able to
From
come up.
Steroid crazy to oil crazy.
Yeah, total opposite. Total extreme. I told my doctor I was going to stop them. Against his advice, because I wasn't going to live that life anymore.
Right.
And so I did, and I was able to come off all of my medication within about, I want to say, like 2 months. It was way faster than he wanted to.
Wow. And he told you what, 6 months you're going to
6 months to a year. I was going to have to be on them.
Wow.
So came off everything. I still have ulcerative colitis. It's something that I'm going to live, but for the rest of my life,
but
right?
It's controlled.
But it's controlled. I have flare-ups every once in a while, but I use my oils, and I know how to manage that now. So yeah, and this has been, let's see, he's 9 years old now.
Look at that.
9 years old.
Look at that. That is why we are here, because this information can help the next parent or the next person, because if you don't know, how do you proceed?
Exactly.
You know, because like we're so trained to listen to the doctors, listen to people that we feel are in authority, but they're not really in authority. You are in authority.
You know your body.
You
are the biggest advocate for your body, because you know what's wrong.
Yes.
And if you pay attention to what is going on and you pay attention to the signs, your body tells you exactly everything you need. You just have to be a student of it and really understand, oh, my body doesn't like it when I eat that piece of candy or that fourth piece of candy, right? Or my body doesn't like it when I sit there and I don't exercise. Or my body doesn't like it when I have so much stress and I'm under so much deadlines and work and all of this that you don't take time to meditate or do yoga or stretch or any of those things that just can help your mind to calm down, right? Or we're constantly on our phones or in front of screens. That your body is just constantly taking it. It doesn't have time. Your mind doesn't have time to shut down. So
I think that's a big thing for like mental health and like self-care.
100%.
Do your self-care.
Do your self-care.
A lot of times people, for me, I guess, misunderstand self-care for going to get a manicure or a manicure or a facial, or but that's great too.
Right.
But really, like, taking time to like shut everything off. Just sit with yourself. Be with yourself. You know, like you said, meditate or do yoga. Do things to take care of your body. Have your health food concoction, whatever, cleanse, whatever. Just like be mindful of your body. Be in tune with your body. Connect with your body. And I think that's a huge part of holistic lifestyle,
100%.
As well as mental health and self-care.
Yeah, and mental health, like, that is probably my biggest passion since COVID. I've seen an uprise of mental health anxiety. People are riddled with fear, and that's where I come in. Not only just as a doula, right? Everything goes together. So that's why I call myself like a holistic health coach, because I encompass everything. Whether it's the mind, and you need to just retrain your mind that things are gonna be okay, and there are oils that can help that process if you get stuck, right?
Yeah.
So
do you have any examples of like an issue or something going on, and then an oil that would help with that issue?
Yeah, so I mean, if you're dealing with anxiety and depression, doTERRA has a brand called Adaptive that they actually went out and did studies, blind studies, to see how adaptive. They have a pill form of it, which you can take internally, and then they also have an oil that you can run in a diffuser.
So Adaptive is a specific oil?
It's a blend that is specific to doTERRA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a blend.
So it's like there's a signature doTERRA concoction of oils.
Yeah.
That helps with what?
Depression, anxiety, mood disorders. Some people even love it for sleep, right? Because our bodies are different.
Oh, yes.
So people ask me this all the time.
And they affect you different.
They
people
do affect
differently.
100%, because our chemistry is made up differently. Some oils work better for some people, and some oils work, different oils work better. So there is a little bit of give and take and kind of playing around. Again, being a student of your body and finding, okay, well, I've used this oil, it doesn't really work. Let's find something else, because I guarantee you, if you sat down with me and you told me I have this, this, and this, I can find you, if you give me time, right? I can find you something that will work. Because
I am going to make my list.
I love it. Let's face it, like if we were to go to the doctor,
right?
But some people are so quick to dismiss essential oils or
because
herbs,
they're not educated, they're not aware of
they're
the
not
benefits
aware.
and the power of it.
Right. But if you go to the doctor and the doctor says, "Oh, I have this medicine, I'm gonna give you," right, and it doesn't work. For example, in my case, the steroids and stuff like that, it didn't work for what the problem was. I mean, it
gave you more problems.
It gave me more problems. Yeah. But I would just say, I swear off all doctors, I'm never going to talk to you again, right? I mean, I kind of did. I was the extreme, but most people go back and say, well, this isn't working, find me something else, and they just take the next thing, and then before you know it, you're on 4 or 5 different medications. So give that time and allow that time and that research and that playing around with it, with the natural stuff. I mean,
so how do you use them? Because I know I have a diffuser, but are there any other ways to use them? Yeah,
so you can use essential oils. This is specific to doTERRA. I don't recommend this for any other company. 3 different ways. Using it in a diffuser, right? That's aromatically. That's, good for things like respiratory, stress, mood, any of that, just kind of wanting a pick-me-up. Also good for cleansing the air as well, and just a nice, a non-toxic form of like air fresheners or candles, right? Guys, get rid of your candles. They're killing you. They're literally poison.
Well, even like the other, like the, what is it? When people make like soy?
The soy candles. It depends on what they're putting in. If they're putting in fragrances, right? If they're using pure essential oils, which I really don't recommend, because you're wasting your essential oils putting them in candles. But so you're using a fragrance, and then you're burning something, which is burning is carcinogens, right? So you're literally burning things that are going into your lungs.
Oh my God.
Most people don't know.
I'm glad it didn't happen live.
No.
She would have given me the side eye.
Like, girl, you're killing me in here.
Burning in here. What kind of place is this?
No, most people don't know. I mean,
I didn't know, so thank you. That
most people don't know.
Definitely gave me insight. So yeah.
There are cleaner form of candles than others, like Yankee candles, which used
from
to
Walmart. I know those suckers ain't clean.
They're so bad. It's just literally synthetic fragrances that you're filling into your body and putting in toxins.
Oh my God.
Number one, like that, and household cleaners are your number 1 toxins.
Yeah.
Number 1 toxins.
What about incense?
Incense are okay because so that's an herb. They soak it in.
Essential oils, right?
It's essential oils, but they're grinding up herbs basically.
Okay, perfect.
So use that. Yes. Use the diffuser. Okay.
I burn those all day long.
Yes, that's great. I mean, you're still getting a little bit of the toxin from the burn, right? But that's way better than candles, so I would go with that.
Okay.
If you want to get rid of it
all, no more Walmart candles.
No more Walmart candles, please, girl. No more Walmart candles. Throw them out. Pitch them today.
Oh my God. Okay, so diffuser.
Topically, putting them on topically, again, specific to doTERRA.
What do you mean?
So if you have arthritis, right, using essential oils, there's a blend called Deep Blue by doTERRA that you literally put it on wherever you're hurting or aching. If you have stomach upset, right, you can put a blend called Digestin or peppermint or spearmint on topically. If you have a headache, peppermint on the bridge of your forehead. They make a blend called Past Tense. Lavender, if you want to go to sleep and just calm down, put lavender behind your ears. There's so many different ways that you can use this.
So I don't know if it's just me, if I'm just a weird person. I know I'm a weird person, but it's okay.
We're all weird.
But I used to take a cotton swab and just like dab a little and just like walk around the house like just sniffing it. Is that like bad or is that
no?
Like,
that's totally fine as long as they're pure oils. 100%. No, don't get your Walmart oils.
I need you to test them
away.
I need you to test some oils out before you leave, Shannon.
All right, I will. But that's totally fine because your brain is saying that you want something, right? Our brain is so connected to the smells. And that's one of the greatest ways to just help release and calm, right? Why do you think people, when they go to a spa, they're filled with that, like, right, eucalyptus and lavender and that calming? Because it literally tells your brain, this is a safe place.
Yes.
Right? And you are just immediately transported into this, like,
yes.
Zen. Relaxation.
Yes. Oh
So I use essential oils all the time just for mood and pick-me-ups, mid-afternoon, right? Pick-me-ups, peppermint and wild orange. Peppermint's your energy.
Yes.
And then wild orange is like your happy. I call it my happy pill. Oh. The third way, and this one, like, with aromatically and topically, maybe you can get away with some other oil brands. Not your Walmart, not your Target. If you can get them from Walmart and Target, those are trash. It's literally, it's trash. You're poisoning yourself. Stop. But there are a few other companies out there that if you're using them aromatically and topically, okay, they're not the worst.
If you get a rash,
if you get a rash, stop. But then the third way, and this is again specific to doTERRA because of their purity and how tested they are, you can actually take some oils internally. So like for
drops?
myself, you either put it under your tongue sublingually, you can put them in a little capsule, makeup capsules.
What if you maybe drop it in tea or in
you
water?
can do, in tea. So I use a blend, like anytime that I'm starting to feel just run down. I use a blend called On Guard, and I'll put a little bit in my tea, and it literally, or like in some apple juice, so make a hot spice, like a spiced cider.
Yeah.
Super good, super good. In all of my training, I am a certified aromatherapist. And I've done extensive research on oils, not just one particular oil, but different brands too, right? Because quality matters and purity matters. Yes. In my 8 years, I am wholeheartedly have one company that I represent and trust and love, which is doTERRA. I think they are the best out there. They put millions of dollars of research behind, and they're partnered with major hospitals that are doing studies, scientific studies. So that's
hopefully they're educating their doctors now.
They are.
These doctors really have to stop throwing medicine down people's
Yes,
throats.
So we have, and this is why I love doTERRA over any other company out there. And there are other oil companies that are good. I just think doTERRA is the best. And the reason that I say that is they went out and partnered with the world's top leading pediatric infectious disease doctor, and basically asked him to quit his job in the real world and pay him lots of money to come and make sure that our oils are the purest, that we are doing studies and getting them into hospitals and showing him. I mean, it took a long time for them to get him, Dr. Oscathorpe, but he ended up quitting his job because he saw what doTERRA was doing and the research behind it, and he wants to change the world from the medical in the medical community, right? Good. And so he has that opportunity to do that, and is now partnering with different hospitals and getting the studies out there. Because before doTERRA, essential oils they're not regulated by the FDA. They're not. There's no really. There's no one standard company or organization that oversees essential oils. So anybody could say, oh, well, I make essential oils in my home. And they do.
Really know what it is.
But you don't know what it is or what they do. And so doTERRA is really trying to merge both worlds, and bring doctors. And I mean, we have a whole panelist of pediatricians and ER doctors and, the whole gamut of doctors, because it is important.
Awesome. I am so grateful that you came and shared with us today. I've learned so much.
Good. And, that's my goal. When
I am ready to have that first child, I'll keep you on.
Oh, I would be honored. I would be honored.
I keep you on speed dial. But I'm definitely going to get more information on doTERRA. I definitely think I need to toss away my old oils and so these are my oils that I am now going to throw away because they're not Shannon approved.
They're trash. Don't buy your oils at Walmart, people. You're wasting your money. And poisoning yourself at the same time. So Don't do it.
Thank you. I appreciate your honesty.
My honesty? It's because I love you.
So Shannon has some of her oils with us today, so she's just going to talk to us and just share what she has and what the benefits from them are.
Yeah. So, very common.
And they are doTERRA.
doTERRA brand, right?
Yes.
I love it. Very common oil, lavender, so good for everything. And I just want to point out, so on your bottle of lavender essential oil, sure.
I'm ashamed.
Lavender. Pick your lavender.
Pick your lavender.
Right?
This is my lavender.
It says 100% pure essential oil on there, but it's only for aromatic use. On doTERRA's, it gives you a supplemental fact, letting you know that you can take this internally. It is recognized by GRAS as safe to consume.
Yeah, let's do one of these little YouTube thingies where they do like this. I don't know if they can see it.
Probably not.
This is the legit essential oil that you should be using.
Right.
Very pure.
Very pure.
Ready to use.
If it's something that you can use in your baking, you should be able to take it internally. So the supplemental facts is how you know, but yours, it says 100% steam distilled, but you can't take that internally.
No.
Throw it in the trash because there's something in there, which they're not going to put on the label.
Of course not. This is bad for you. Buy it.
That. So lavender. Lavender is good for all things calming. We use it for allergies. We use it for bee stings. We use it for cuts. It has a natural, like, antihistamine and also antiseptic. So with 5 kids, right? And this is in the doula world too. So I use my oils on my babies all the time. You know, calming. Anytime they get boo-boos, I make up a little boo-boo spray and I spray it on there, and that's how it cleans it out, right?
Awesome.
This is all natural.
All natural.
On Guard, this is probably one of my favorite, especially in the times that we're living in with everything going on, all the nasties.
That cocoa
crazy. On Guard is a great immune defense, right? So it's going to help to eliminate toxins, eliminate viruses and pathogens and all of the nasty stuff in the world that we don't want. So you can actually take this internally. I love taking
Question, do you or have you, like, maybe, like, if you make your own cleaning products?
I do.
Sometimes I just use vinegar and water.
Great.
Just, like, drop a few drops of that in there?
100%. It just is going to boost it. It's going to give a great smell, because who loves only cleaning with vinegar? Like, vinegar is a great cleaner, but the smell is not always the most pleasant, right? So you add in a little bit of On Guard, or you add in a little bit of lime or any citrus oil. Makes it so great. Eucalyptus is also another good cleaner. Spearmint.
You know what I really love? Especially when you go to the spa and, like, you're getting a facial or whatever, and they have the hot steaming towel and they put the eucalyptus and they just kind of fan it over it before. Oh, that's the best.
You can make that at home, right? You can make shower melts to put in your home.
Wait, shower melts?
Shower melts. So you make a little, like, little disc. It has
out of what?
So you use the essential oils, and it's like
kind of like a waxy thing that melts?
It's not wax. It's I'm forgetting off the top. I want to say borax, but it's not borax, because that's what you clean with, and you don't want to clean with borax. But it's like you use Epsom salts and some sort of like I want to say baking soda or something that it literally like will dissolve, right? Or a bath bomb. It's like that bath bomb materials. I forget what all the ingredients are. I've done them before, but on the top of my head.
I feel like that would be a great little project to do, like make some.
Yeah, it's so fun. You can make all your own DIY stuff. Like, it's so fun. You go down this rabbit trail of essential oils, and then you become crazy.
I'm excited for this rabbit trail.
I'm
definitely about to go down it.
Yeah.
After I throw my Walmart oils
You throw those Walmart and Better Home and Garden oils out in the trash.
Better Home and Garden, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Shame.
I'll put the blame on you.
Right? She didn't know any better. Now she knows. Now you all know. Throw away those oils, right?
Oh my God.
Digestin, this is one of my favorites with my autoimmune issues. It's anything gastrointestinal related, whether it's constipation, diarrhea, upset stomach, like all the stuff. Yeah, right? I mean, seriously, yes, you can. I swear by this stuff.
Oh my God.
Another one that I
love
think,
your little case too. How cute is this?
So this was artisan made by growers in Guatemala. doTERRA is also really, I love the fact, another reason that I partner with doTERRA is because they give back to their community, right? So they don't want to just take from the land. We source all of our oils in the plant's most indigenous location. A lot of times that's in third world countries. How easy would it be for a big multi-billion-dollar company to go in and pay minimum wages and work these farmers to the death and give them scraps, right? So easy. American companies do it all the time. But doTERRA is committed through their healing hands and their co-impact sourcing to actually give back to the communities that they want their farmers to be sustainable, to be able to raise generation of workers that get an honest wage, more than honest. Sometimes a perfect example is a couple of years ago in one of the farms, they had horrible rains, right? And it devastated all of the crops for Melissa, which is one of our highest oils. It's like $115 for a 5 milliliter bottle, but it's good stuff. It's like
and it lasts because you
only use a drop, right? But so doTERRA could have said, well, you didn't provide us any product, right? Even though they tried, but for conditions that were beyond their control, doTERRA still paid them.
Beautiful,
right?
yeah.
Even though they didn't get a single drop of oil out of that crop because the crop was ruined. Again, props to doTERRA, because doTERRA could have taken those oils and just sold it to us, and we would have never known the difference, right?
Exactly.
But they didn't, because it didn't meet their rigorous standing and their testing standards. They scrapped the whole thing, but still paid their farmers, because their farmers deserve to be paid.
Glad for doTERRA.
Right? And they literally go back and they build schools and water wells, and like they want to build up the communities.
An honest
company.
That's
100%. 100%.
Love it.
So Copaiba. This is
Copaiba.
Copaiba. It's in the Brazil, right? And this oil is very commonly used and known as like an equivalent to THC, right? So if you don't want the high from the THC because you have to work and you can't have your drug test showing up positive, right? Copaiba works the same way. I think every single person needs to take Copaiba internally daily, because it just is going to soothe the inflammation, help with things
that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm like,
Everybody needs Copaiba. Take your Copaiba. It's great. And literally, it's so easy.
Does it help you sleep as well?
Put a drop under your tongue. You want some?
Yeah. I'm going to lick it.
Oh! Sorry. Now, just rub it in. It doesn't taste all that great, right?
No.
But it's woodsy.
Copaiba. Yeah, it does. It's like,
because it's a tree.
Lick the branch.
You licked a branch.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's very just soothing. People with anxiety or stress will use this as well.
Question, massage oil wise, if you wanted to use it as a massage oil.
Yep. Put it with a carrier oil. Either it could be coconut oil or like a jojoba oil.
Okay, and then just drop that in there
or even a cream. Yeah, unscented cream.
I think
just
I'm going to do
mix
that.
it into it.
So if I wanted to purchase this,
yes.
do I go to the website? Do I come to you?
Come to me, because I'm going to help you you're going to tell me all of your things that you want to deal with, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to sample you.
Okay.
Because the reason that I want to sample people, I could sell you on oils and you'd be like, oh, well, this one didn't work for me and it's trash and you've wasted your money. I want you to know that what you're going to get is going to work for your individual problems. So I'm going to work with you and you're going to say, yeah, I like this one, I didn't like this one. Okay, then you're going to buy this one. You're not going to waste your money on this one. Okay. I'm in a relationship with you. I'm in a customer service. I want to make sure you're happy. I'm going to make sure that what my customer needs is what they get.
Yeah, I think it's all about intention. If you intentionally just want to help someone, then
my intention is to help you with all of your needs. Like, what goals do you have that you want to address, and I'm going to help you find that one.
Yes.
So,
perfect.
Or that 5 or 10 or however many. And then you can play with the other oils.
Yeah, exactly. So. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your oils with us and the benefits of them. Again, thank you so much, and subscribe. We'll give you all the information below on how to reach out to Shannon if you are in need of some essential oils and or a doula. So, ta-ta!
Bye.